Hello and welcome to another series of WomenOpreneurs. This is all about spilling the secrets of women, and it's a time out together today with Are you a doctor? I just said doctor. Okay, Madam Dhwani Jain. Welcome, Madam Dhwani. Welcome.
Namaskar. Thank you so much, Dr. Azeeza, for having me here. It is such a great feeling to be in this show and talking to you about my journey. I feel so excited about it.
I can feel it already, all thousands of miles away, and you are such an inspiration, and that's why we have having you in this show. And you have already done some amazing work, everyone. This, as you know, Womenopreneur online series has been going on since last June, and we have only showcased amazing women who have been an inspiration, a light for many other women and the world at different parts of their life. And today, Madam Dhwani, I'm keep saying doctor, I don't know, there's something waiting for you. Madam Dhwani is a founder of Karma Foundation, President, UP Soft Skills and Mentoring Council at WICCI, global keynote speaker. Madam Dhwani is an engineer who turned to social entrepreneurship, quitting her corporate career to pursue her dream to build an inclusive in society, and is running her own nonprofit organization, that's the Karma Foundation. And she's the state president of UP Soft Skills and Mentoring Council, which is the Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This woman is such a powerhouse, my friends. She just connects with people across the world because she's also recognized as a change maker, global change maker, and titled as Dasu Womania. Right? That's an interesting name. And that was a title given to her by Niti Aayog, powered by Women Entrepreneurship Platform. She's featured in the special edition of Women Entrepreneurs 2020 by Insight Success. You must read that article. Just Google her name. You'll get to see that article. And she has powerful journey covered in different media, and she's won multiple awards, and a passionate leader in the space of gender equality, women's safety, and running a campaign to end gender stereotyping. And the list goes on with all the amazing work she does. I'd rather let her speak and share her light with us today. Welcome again, Ms. Dhwani, Madam Dhwani, and tell us where you are from and what is so fantastic about where you are right now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Azeeza, for such a wonderful introduction. I'm really honored. I have no words. And to give a brief introduction about myself, you have already mentioned I am an engineer by qualification, but a social entrepreneur by heart. So I was born and brought up in the city of Roorkee, that is in Uttarakhand. I did my schooling from there, and thereon I did my engineering from Uttarakhand. I was born in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and after pursuing my engineering, I entered the corporate field. My first job was in Delhi. So I have basically been into three major states of India. That is the Northern Belt, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, and Delhi. And I think the journey has been fairly decent. Yes, of course, there have been ups and downs, but that is a part of life. And I've enjoyed it. As far as the transformation is concerned, I think I'm the kind of person who is not very satisfied with the normal routine. So my corporate job was, I would say, something that any person would dream about, to have a very comfortable life. I had almost everything, but then that satisfaction was missing. And I had always wanted to give back to the society, to the people. And when there's so many fault lines in the society, and it gives pain to us. So when we are sitting in a very comfortable setup, we realize that what are we doing for the people? What are we doing for the society, for the country, and for the world at large? And therefore, after working for 2 years in corporate, I thought probably that is not what gives me happiness.
Just 2 years?
I think it was less than 2 years, to be honest. So,
Wow,
And
you're
it was
such a
going
mover.
pretty well. I was offered to go to Netherlands, Amsterdam, and I was like, no, I'm not leaving my country. I'm not leaving my people. I have to stay here and
Wow.
serve people.
Wow.
And since then, I have been in the social sector.
So that's why you attract people across the world to now come and speak it to people in India, right? Because you did have someone from Netherlands speak at our last session that we were at the International Women's Day. So interesting.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic. And so now you are in Delhi. Tell us what you love about Delhi. Delhi is like, is that a place to love?
Delhi is the capital of our country. And I think there are a lot of perceptions about the city across the globe. But for me, Delhi is my karma bhumi, so my
Oh my God.
workplace, and I love it to the core. The best part about Delhi is, India is known for its rich cultural diversity. We are
Yes.
known for being the land where we practice unity in diversity. So in Delhi, you can see that unity and diversity in a very small city only, right? So you don't have to go to different parts to see how a person from Maharashtra is, how a person from deep down south is. You will find Punjabis, you'll find people from south, you'll find people from east. Everybody comes to Delhi, and Delhi is a city which would make you feel being a part of the family. So I would call it a melting pot, a place where you can actually see unity in diversity. And yes, so for me, it has given me my place. It has given me the recognition that I wanted. It has been my karma bhumi, and hence I am in love with my city.
Very nice, very nice. Very well said, and I love it. And I have been to Delhi more than once, and I just love the energy of the what you said, different people coming together and all of that. So thank you so much. And talking about the work that you are doing, the mission that you have set out to do, just after 2 years or less than 2 years, as you say in corporate world, now you have stepped into a world of social entrepreneurship, which is all about serving women. And I've seen your profile and seen the work that you do with women, and also in partnership. You create powerful partnerships and collaborations to envision, and we call it leverage. So tell us what inspired you to get onto this journey with Karma Foundation, and we'd love to hear that.
So to be honest, it wasn't a very easy decision. uh, a lot of people thought that I'm crazy or something, that I was losing my financial independence and stability so soon in my life. People did suggest me to do some charity work along with my job. And
Sure.
some people suggested me to take some more time before taking such a decision. But then like I said, I was not satisfied with what I was doing. And since then, I've been into the social entrepreneurship, and I've worked for gender sensitivity, gender safety. We also ran a health and wellness center at the Tihar prison. And I've worked in various fields. And if I talk about karma, so the reason behind starting karma, so like I say, everything started with a thought. I had
Yeah.
this thought in my mind, I had this vision to contribute towards building a more inclusive and participatory society. So it started with a thought, I shared it with people, I talked about it to various people, and finally it turned into action. So that was the time karma was born. And karma is all about thoughts, words, and actions. And I'm a firm believer in the power of these three things: power of thoughts, words, and actions. And I feel that you can bring about any change that you want through concerted actions. And that was the philosophy behind starting Karma Foundation.
Very nice.
It is just less than a year old as of now. I started Karma during the COVID, when the COVID pandemic struck. And primarily the first initiative that we took was COVID relief. And the journey has been interesting. It has shown me the good, bad, and worst phases. I've been through all the phases,
Sure.
and it has made me a stronger person for sure. And to move forward, I think women empowerment is at my heart. I feel that women are very, very powerful, but they sometimes underestimate their own power. And hence, I'm working in this field. I want to see more women in leadership roles, where they can voice out. A lot of times we observe that women do not even voice their concerns. So that is what I say. First, you have to start thinking right. So when we see something wrong happening to us, we just accept it. So first
Yeah.
we need to think about it. We need to realize that, see, this is wrong, this is right. Then we need to start talking about it. And only then we can start a movement. And like you said, a single person cannot do anything. We need to collaborate, we need to connect. And only when all women come together, and not only women, why only women? We look for, we are not talking about building a matriarchal society for sure. We want an inclusive society where gender, just ceases to define a person. So
That's right.
I want more men to participate in that, because we need to work together as equal partners rather than anything else.
That's right.
So that is what I feel. I want both genders to talk about it, both genders to respect each other for what they are, for being a human first, rather than we judge a person like he's a man, she's a woman. No, we are all humans first. Let us respect each other for being a human.
Yeah, beautifully said. Beautifully said. And this is where a lot of people are like, when they look at women going into women empowerment, and that's the kind of word that has been misused and abused to a great extent.
Yes.
And what do you feel women empowerment really means?
I think women are empowered. Women just need to realize that inner power of them. And a lot of times, I always tell the girls that I meet, sometimes we tend to give excuses that, oh, I could not do this because I had to take care of my family, I had to take care of my children, or something or the other. I say, please do not use these excuses. You need to create an ecosystem.
That's
And
right.
being a woman has to be your strength rather than a weakness. We are very powerful. We just need to realize that. And before expecting somebody else to respect us, we need to respect ourselves. We need to understand our own value. We need to value ourselves. And only then the world will automatically start respecting. So we need to respect ourselves. We need to realize that inner power and be a powerhouse of voice. I mean, you just need to speak out. Don't suffer in silence. Speak out and do what you wish to.
I think that is the conversation that everybody is in right now, because women need to speak out. And sometimes, and I think we talked about this in some of the conversations as well, that women, when they speak out, are they coming across as the judgments around when women speak out? Because there are societies, in fact, it's very interesting, it's not just one kind of society, it's prevalent in all and any kind of societies, where when you speak out there is a judgment about you, there is certain context around it. Do you want to share a little bit about that? So women want to speak out, Madam Dhwani, but there is some fear in them. So what can we support them with?
I think I face it even today, to be honest. I often tell people that, particularly in my field, like I have worked in corporate, the corporate culture was, I feel, was a bit better. But even in my professional journey, I have experienced situations where, being a woman, when I give some idea, people would just not listen to it. But when the same idea came from a male colleague, everybody would suddenly appreciate the idea. And in the beginning, I was like, really? Did I use some other language or what? But slowly, then I realized, okay, fine, at least the idea is being implemented, and at least we're going in the right direction. And it helped me actually work with people of different ideologies. But see, whenever we talk about bringing a change, it is not easy. We would face situations when people will judge us. But if you think you are right, you don't have to worry about anything else. And that is what we are talking about, that the power of collaboration is so much. If I'm the only person talking about an issue, people would think that the problem lies within me. But if all of us come together, all men, women, girls, boys, and we talk about something which is right, so that judgment would start decreasing. So people would understand that the problem does not lie with a single woman, but it is a societal problem, and some kind of change is required. And honestly, I feel a lot has changed. It is
Yes.
not all sad. Looking back 20 years back, things have improved so much. Yes, definitely. What we want to see, that level of change has not come, but slowly we are talking about it so freely. That is a major change. I don't remember my grandmother talking about these things so openly. So change is coming, and we need to be positive. And most importantly, women themselves need to be more positive about each other. We need to support each other and be a strength to each other rather than pulling each other down. So that is very important.
What do you say about pulling each other down? What do you think is happening to a woman when she does that?
I think there is nothing inherently wrong in women, but the way we are brought up, there's so much insecurity. So what happens is we live in a world where we think that is a zero sum game. It is not. So we think that there's just one position available, and all of us are running for that position. Hence, we try to pull the other woman down, and not only women, even men do that. But I'm talking particularly about women because for ages we were the suppressed ones, and we need to build that bond together. It is easier if we fight together. So there's nothing inherently wrong, but we have to realize it's not a zero sum game. We can together grow. We just need to understand that we can grow together. There are enough resources if we use them judiciously.
Awesome. I just love your answers, and you're so powerful in your energy in terms of, you talked about karma, and the way that you are presenting it, your thoughts and your words really come on very strong. Thank you so much for that. I want to ask you, when it comes to women right now in the world, and I don't want to restrict it to just India, across the world, what do you see the future of the world of women, and what do you want to contribute to the women of the world?
I feel women are doing pretty well, but I would want to see more women in leadership roles. So imagine a country like US had the first female vice president after so many years. So I want to see more women leaders, more women who are in the power positions. And if I talk about my country, we had the first female prime minister way back in 1960s. Sadly, after that, we did not have any female prime minister, but still we had it way back in 1960s. And even today, we have some of the most powerful leaders who are female. So we had late Srimati Sushma Swaraj, who was the former foreign minister. We have had the female speaker, female president, female foreign minister, female defense minister. So that is what I want to see, because when we see women in power roles, girls, I mean, the next generation gets so much motivation.
Yes.
And we need to have more leaders like that. So that is one thing I feel a lot of work is required, though we have examples. But even now we talk about in terms of women leader and a male leader. That distinction needs to just blur down. The day we start celebrating leadership as such, we don't have to define that, oh, she's the first woman vice president. Why? It has to become very normal. We need to normalize such things. Being a woman does not mean that you cannot lead. And in fact, I always say, traditionally, women were given the role of maintaining relations. So if we talk about genetic part also, as women, we are better in building relations. So imagine if there are more women leaders. I feel the world will be a more peaceful and a happier place, because we would start collaborating at the emotional level as well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
maybe then it would be a more peaceful and a loving society.
Yes, it will not just remain, and this is very in line with the conversation that he talked about, thought, words, and action, because men keep it at the action level, They don't go into the thoughts and words most of the time. They're like, let's do it and let's be done with it, right? So we
Yeah.
women put so much of energy and intentions and the words that, kind of shapes the things up.
Right.
And that gives life to everything. I mean, as creators, as women, we do that. So I'm so with you when you say that that's why collaborations last longer when you do business with women. And it's also the intentions. The more pure and authentic you are able to last longer in relationships and collaborations. And it's, of course, from both sides, not just one person being that and the other person not. So the more women are engaging in this emotional attachment in a good way and get it into action, then
Right.
we have real business happening.
I mean, we have to use our emotions for a positive goal. Women have been, thought to be emotional, and they are pushed back thinking that they're emotional. But our emotions can be our strength as well. We
Yeah.
need to just balance those emotions.
I think that is the direction that we need to bring people into, like what you said earlier on. What would hold them back is the emotion used in the right energy, instead
Right.
of using it to, blame and get into sufferings and a victim mode, to
Yes.
create that clarity and bring it to the positive side and create the victor in you so that you can empower others. I think that is where your words just now, is all about getting women to be in that leadership where they spread positivity. That
Right.
is so amazing. What is your final word of encouragement for women watching this session? And you have been encouraging us all the way, and it's so wonderful.
I would just want to say, everyone, that follow your dreams, follow your passion. Do not be bogged down by the pressures put on you by society. Because when you do that, you become a prisoner of society's thought. Use your, I think I know myself the best. I know my strengths, weakness, and everything. Others would just know one or two sides of mine, but that does not define who I am. So take your decisions yourself. Before taking a decision, think about it multiple times, evaluate all your strengths, weakness. But once you decide what you want to do, put your 100% and do not be in the victim mode. Being a woman is your strength, it will always be your strength. And I think sky's the limit. We just need to start flying now. It is high time that we need to take the ropes in our hand and keep flying.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Dhwani. It's a wonderful, the time just flies so fast and so much we have discussed in this short 25 minutes. And it's real honor and privilege for us to be in conversation with you. And we really thank you for your time with us.
Thank you, Dr. Azeeza. It was a pleasure to be in your show. I thoroughly enjoyed having a conversation with you and our lovely audience.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. So it is wonderful to have you on our session, and we want you to share this wonderful video that has reached out to the hearts. It definitely is going to touch all the hearts and the soul of every woman watching this. So share it with all the women that you know, and we see you next time with another amazing women on Time Out with WomenOpreneurs series. Thank you so much, and we see you soon. Namaskar.